welcome to my channel. This is Lexsa Marie with another video. Today I'm about to talk about a very important topic, which is money. Okay, and as you guys know, I am a registered nurse. I'm currently a pediatric emergency department nurse, about to start another job, and that has to do with this video because we are talking about how to get more money as a new grad or newbie nurse. So this is for anyone that has 0 to 2 years of experience and you're like, you know, your checks aren't checking, like the checks aren't really giving what you thought it was supposed to give. And to be honest with you, it's not going to be that unless you apply yourself to your career. So I'll explain a little bit more what that means, but before I get into this video, make sure that you like this video and you subscribe to my channel. If you are new here, I talk about hair, beauty, girl talk, and nursing content. I also talk about femininity content, a little bit of everything, you feel me? So if you are interested in any of those things, make sure that you keep watching this video. But let's just hop into this topic because I know y'all want to get more money. So firstly, I just want to talk about myself just a little bit and why I am making this video. So I have been a pediatric emergency department nurse for almost a year. Yes, I'm recording this video a little bit ahead of time. I know it's going to drop by the time I hit my almost 1 year. So I've been a nurse for about a year now. I love my job. I love working with kids. I definitely love the specialty that I chose. But I want to challenge myself and push myself into a different direction, which is pediatric intensive care, which has a lot to do with this video, okay? I'll get to it. So the reason I am creating this video is because I know there is different ways to increase your income as a nurse, but some of us do not know what to do, right? So like me, for myself, I have my content creating, I have my job, and I have other avenues of income that have helped me make a little bit more than the average nurse. However, I know you guys may not know that information, so I'm gonna give you guys some tips and tricks on how to increase your salary to at least $10,000 a year, okay? $10,000 a year in just these simple steps. Okay, so the very first thing might be the most obvious, which is to pick up 2 to 3 shifts a month. And I know this might not seem like the greatest idea on the planet, but let me tell you something. I made at least $1,000 more when I was picking up at least 1 shift a week. And that was each pay period that I was receiving my check. So each check that I got was $1,000 more than what I was used to. So if you really love what you do and you really love where you work, I definitely recommend, depending on how your manager is to pick up at least 6 to 12 hours a week so you can get that increase in your pay. My hospital that I'm currently at had bonuses at the time where if you picked up 3 shifts, you would get $1,000 bonus. If you picked up 4, you get $1,500. And then they would also add an additional $20 an hour to any shift that you picked up. So you know your girl was in there, okay, getting her experience not only, and also getting her money. So I was always picking up shifts, and I definitely feel like I learned a lot while doing that at the same time. So it was technically a win-win. But once they got rid of that incentive, I was not picking up as many shifts, right? So that's for the people who may not have those incentives at your hospital. But if your hospital does have those incentives, please take advantage of those things, right? The next thing that I would say, if your hospital doesn't have those incentives and you are a new nurse, as long as you have a year or more of experience, you could possibly work PRN in your specialty at another hospital. So currently right now, even though I already have another job secure, which I'll talk about later in the video, I am also looking at some per diem or PRN jobs. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically you work as needed or you pick up shifts as you go, and you tend to make a little bit more than what the staff nurse makes. So let's say a staff nurse at a select hospital makes $31 an hour. You can come in there and work 4 times in a 6-week period, and each time you come in, you can make $55 to about $60 an hour. So I have been currently applying to jobs that are requesting PRN nurses that have been requesting us to come in as needed that offered about 50 to 60 an hour. So that's kind of my range, especially if I'm coming in to help them out. I feel like as a PRN nurse, you should be making a little bit more. So if you are interested in making a little bit more, make sure that you are very stern about your salary, the salary that they're offering, because some places will see you, especially if you're a new nurse, and say, oh, we'll give you 38 or we'll give you 36, and that's what most staff nurses make. That's not fair, okay? PRN nurses tend to make a little bit more, so you need to be sure to be stern and remind them, and make sure that you show that you know what you're talking about, and say, hey, like, because I'm coming in per diem and I'm traveling, this is supposed to be, these were my salary expectations and my hourly expectations, and is this reachable? Are you able to accommodate that? If not, move on, right? Because there will be more places that really do need the help, especially if you're in peds during flu season. They're gonna wanna have you come as often as possible. Okay, the next way to increase your annual salary by at least 10K is to do sign-on bonuses. And this is a little bit controversial, but I do recommend this sometimes if you really know you want to be in that specialty and you've already been to the hospital. So when I say that, a lot of hospitals tend to give sign-on bonuses when they're extremely short. They lost a lot of nurses, let's just be real, and they offer between 10 to 25K for you to stay for about 2 years. I know some hospitals offer 3-year sign-on bonuses. That's horrendous. But you just have to be very careful with sign-on bonuses, because a lot of hospitals will give you a penalty if you leave before that 2-year mark, or leave before that 3-year mark, and you have to pay back your sign-on bonus. So it'll put you in debt. But if you are 100% confident you want to work at a hospital and you want to work on that unit and that specialty, then I say go for it, and just know you have to commit to that time. And usually how they do it is they give it to you in increments. So in the first 30 days, let's say it's a 10K sign-on bonus, they give you like 3,200, and then a year later they'll give you another 3,200, and then the final year they'll give you the last 3,200 or something like that. And that should all add up to like around 10K-ish, except like minus taxes. So definitely it is an option if you want to boost your salary and boost your income. But the last one is the most important tip that I have for you guys, which is exactly why I started to, that I increased my base salary by $10,000 a year. So the final tip that I have for you guys, if you are a new nurse, is to switch your job. Switch your job, you guys. I just signed a pediatric intensive care job at another hospital, and I have been on a hunt for months now, literally for months. And I knew while being in the pediatric emergency department, this is what I wanted to do. This is where I want to be. This is where I need to push myself. This is where I need to place myself. And I really spoke to God and I asked, is this where I need to be? Is this my calling? And everything like was just lining up perfectly and leading me to the job that I currently have now. So we'll be honest here, when I first took my job at my hospital, I might have taken it because of the name of the hospital, okay? I'm not even gonna lie to you. They offered me pediatrics, they offered me a great hospital name. I said, you know what, I'll sacrifice my pay. And that was the first job that I took as a new grad. Although I was offered higher salaries at different hospitals, I was like, you know what? I want this experience. I want to be around these people, and I know it'll help me later in my career. So that's what I decided to do, and I believe my salary starting out was $31.30. I'm pretty sure it was $31.30 or it was 30 on the dot. I'm gonna make sure I have another video talking about my first pay stub, but oh my gosh. So that means I was basically making like maybe 50 grand or like 55 grand a year, which is not a lot. It is not a lot, all right? But a little bit into my career, I want to say about 4 to 5 months, we started to have merit increases, and my hospital matches the surrounding areas to remain competitive. So my salary, or my hourly, went up to about $34.43. So that was the base pay. But as you guys know, I'm a night shift nurse. I'm a night shift nurse that picks up shifts. So I somehow managed to make almost $3K bi-weekly, even though I'm only making 34 base pay. So mind you, 34 base pay. If you stay at a hospital, you're probably gonna get a 2 to 3% bonus annually. My hospital does about 3%. I would be making about $35 an hour instead if I stay an additional year. But the hospital that I am now going to, which I will not name, I want to make sure I stay there, but it is $40.34 for me to go as an RN2. Do the math. So currently now my base pay has me at $70K a year. This new job will have me at a whopping $81K a year. But this is not including bonuses. This is not including night differentials. This is just a flat rate price, or flat rate salary. And you really have to think about it. If you're a hard worker, like I consider myself, like I'm in there, and money yeah, I know it's not right to say this, but like everyone else, money is very motivating. And not only is it motivating, but I also do like to work with kids. So I like to work, I like to go, I like to be there, I like to just, you know, be in the flow of things. So me, even though I am making 81K base pay from that job, I have other incomes as well to compensate, along with the night differentials, which my night differentials is $10, okay? $10 an hour on weekends, and $8 an hour on weekdays. So you really have to think about it like, okay, so she's making like 50, okay, she's making like 48, okay. So definitely changing jobs is so important. It just changes the game. So it's better to hop around, maybe stay somewhere. As long as you're single and have no kids, hop around, go to this hospital, go to that hospital, do some traveling. But if you're not eligible, like I said, for younger nurses between 0 to 2 years, try to change your hospital, try to change your area, and you will see that you will possibly make more money. In my instance, I was able to raise it by 10K just based off the base pay. But I know next year I'm probably going to make a little over 6 figures, combining my social media and my my nursing job. So instead of just hitting the 6-figure mark, I can surpass the 6-figure mark. So if you guys are trying to do the same and you are hungry for that too, make sure that you listen to all these tips in the video, you took notes and everything, and you can go back and watch it again. But if you want more content like this, let me know in the comment section down below. Hopefully this was easy to follow and very helpful. Let me know which tips stuck out to you the most, and I will see you guys in the next video. I have to go to an escape room. But I will make more content like this, all right? Bye, guys.